Hey fashion lovers, I'm about to show you how I cut and sew this stylish asymmetric one sleeve blazer, so stick around. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you missed the drafting part, the link is down in the description. You might want to check it out first so you don't get confused during the sewing. Here is the fabric lining and the pattern pieces that are ready for cutting. So I'm going to place my pattern on my fabric and add my seam allowances to it. So I place the front pattern on the front of my fabric, making sure it aligns properly so the neck and the shoulder stays on the right direction. Then I cut it out with half-inch seam allowance. After that, I notched the key points where the keyhole neck design starts and ends on the center front. Then I also notched the underbust point on both sides. Then I added interfacing to my main fabric and I also cut my lining the same way except for the part that I trimmed half inch from the length of the lining. So for this video, I was making use of a polo lining. You can also make use of cotton lining or satin or any one of your choice. Then take note that I also added 1.5 inch of sewing allowance to the side part. Then this is for the back pattern. I added my zipper allowance of 1.5 inch to the center back, and also the side part I added my sewing allowance of 1.5 inch. Then I also added half-inch seam allowance on the other pattern pieces, and then I removed half-inch from the lining, which is for the length of the lining. I added interfacing to my main fabric. So that is all for the pattern pieces. So right now we are going to start stitching and we'll be starting with the front part. So I'm going to keep two pieces aside and let's take it step by step so we don't get confused. So for these two pieces of the front, I will take out my pattern and then I'm going to be joining the main fabric first. So guys, take note that when sewing a dress like this, you have to be very careful. So the way my lining and my main fabric is placed like this, I'm going to take note of the back of the lining. So I'm using my chalk to just mark a point up to my lining to know that this is the back part of my lining, you get. So this way, when I finish sewing, I will not have an issue turning my lining and my main fabric together. So after doing that, next thing I align the notched underbust and then I'm just going to pin the line equal and take it to my sewing machine to stitch down my princess seam. So guys, after pinning the main fabric, I'm also going to be doing the same thing for my lining. So everything I do for my main fabric, I'll do for my lining separately. So I place my lining front side facing each other and then I align the notch point on the underbust together. So I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine and stitch my princess seam just like I did for the main fabric. So after stitching the princess seam, I went ahead to iron the seams open to make it relax. So after sewing and I placed the main fabric and the lining front side facing each other, you can see that it aligns properly. So I'm going to stitch for this other side. I'll be doing the same thing. First of all, I'll take out my pattern and then I will be joining the main fabric first of all, aligning the underbust notches together and then go ahead to pin the princess seam neatly. So before separating my lining for my fabric, I went ahead to mark the wrong side first so that it will be easy for me to note the back and the front of the lining. Then after that, I placed my main fabric front side facing each other, just like you see me doing. And then I aligned the notched underbust points. And I'm just going to pin the seam to be equal and take it to stitch. So I'm also going to do the same thing for my lining as well. After pinning the wrong sides of the lining, I placed it to the main fabric front sides facing each other to check if it aligns properly. And then I stitched and pressed the seams open just like the other side. So guys, right now we are done joining the front pieces. Now we're going to join the middle part to make it a whole bodice. So I'm going to take note of the notched point, which is the start of the keyhole neckline to the end of it on the center front. And I'll also be joining my lining separately the same way. After joining the pieces together, I went ahead to iron the seams open to make it relax. Then I'll bring the back pieces to start joining. So here is the back pieces. I already showed you how I cut it to my fabric with my sewing allowance. So we're going to be starting with this two piece. First of all, I will take out my pattern and then I'm going to mark the back of the lining before separating it. So having done that, I'm going to take it out and keep it aside, and I'll be joining the main fabric first. Then after joining the main fabric, I will be doing the same thing for my lining. So I placed the both sides of the back like this, front side facing each other, and I just went ahead to pin the seams to make it equal. Then I will take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down, after which I will iron the seams open to make it relax. So before taking it to sew, I did the same thing I did for my front. I placed the front side of my lining facing the front of the main fabric to align it properly. So guys, I'm also going to do the same thing for these two back pieces that are left. I took out my pattern and then I'm going to mark the back of the lining. After taking note of the back, I will be joining the main fabric, and I'll also do the same process for my lining, and after which I will open up the seams and iron to make it relax. So right now we're done joining the pieces together and this is what we have it looking like. So the next thing I did was to place my lining and main fabric front side facing each other, and I'm going to be stitching that keyhole shoulder design together. So first of all, I'm going to use my pin to hold it to make it equal, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine and stitch on that keyhole design using the half inch seam allowance. So guys, after pinning the neckline together like so, I'm going to be sewing with my hemming gum. To sew the neckline design, I will first stitch on one side, just like you see me doing. Then when I get to the V-shape midpoint, I will turn it over and continue stitching on the other side, using my hemming gum for support. This method helps the keyhole neck design to sit neatly and give it a relaxed V-shape. So after sewing, I will first notch the seams, then turn it over to the right side and top stitch towards the lining. So after we're done with the keyhole neck design, I ironed it neatly to make it relax. Then I moved away the lining of the front so I'll be able to shape the sides. So I brought the back main fabric and I placed the sides to the front. Then I'm going to mark my 1.5-inch sewing allowance and go ahead to stitch it down. Or you can just go ahead to take your body measurement, your bust measurement, your waist measurement, and your hip measurement with ease, then shape the excess. So as you know, everything I do for my main fabric, I'll also be doing the same thing for my lining. So I brought the back part of the lining and I placed the sides to the front. Then I'm going to also take my 1.5-inch sewing allowance from it and shape. So guys, after I finish shaping the sides, I trim this to remain half inch. Then I iron the seams open just as you can see. Then the next thing we're going to do now is to turn the hem. So I'm going to pin the lining, each seams of the lining to match with the main fabric. And then I will be turning the hem of the top with half-inch seam allowance. So guys, after pinning the hem, I will go ahead to stitch it down with half-inch. Then I will not be stitching that middle part, which is this V shape. I will just be stitching the straight parts. So guys, this is what I mean. After stitching the straight part of the hem, I left the V-shape bottom open. Now I'm turning the lining and the main fabric to the wrong side. I will first of all fold the top edge by half an inch. This is because I added extra half inch to the main fabric when cutting and I removed half inch from the lining. So this way is going to align properly. After folding, I will pin down the V shape. So if you're confused, just watch closely. You see what I'm doing. So guys, after stitching the bottom V shape, now I want to stitch my zipper allowance. So I'm folding in the excess that I did for the V shape bottom, which is half inch on the zipper allowance area, just like you see me doing. Then I'm going to pin the zipper allowance. I'll pin my lining and my main fabric to be equal. And then after doing that, I will take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down. And then I will do the same thing for the other side as well. So guys, after I'm done turning the hem, and the zipper allowance, I'm going to iron it to make it relaxed. So guys, after ironing, this is what I have it looking like. You can see how relaxed it looks. Next thing I'm going to do now is to join the shoulders, and I'll be leaving the neck open because I'll be fixing my yoke to it. So to join the shoulders, you're going to first of all place the main fabric of the back shoulder to the front like this. So after pinning one side of the shoulder, I will take the other piece and place it to be equal with the neck wideness and also pin. Then you're going to turn the lining to the other side like this. Instead of pinning the lining the same way you did for the main fabric, you turn it to the opposite side and pin. So this is what we call the sandwich method. If you're confused, just watch closely and you see what I'm doing. So guys, after joining the shoulders, I noticed the front part of the keyhole neck design was a bit too wide. So I'm just going to loosen the shoulder slightly and push it in by half an inch. This way, when I wear the dress, the keyhole design will sit nicely and relax on my shoulder, just like the inspiration. So guys, another thing I had to fix was the bottom V on the hem. After wearing it, I noticed it wasn't structured enough. It wasn't standing properly like the picture. So I turned the lining to the wrong side and iron interfacing to the lining part around that V shape to give it more structure and stiffness. So if you want to avoid this extra step, you can either iron interfacing on all your lining from the beginning or use a stronger lining like cloth lining. After sewing and ironing, you can see the bottom V shape looks more structured than before. So that is it for this part. Next, I'm going to show you how to stitch the neckline and fix the cape. To fix the cape, I will first find the dart point on the off shoulder line. From there, I will mark 2 inches towards the side for both the front and the back. Then those two marked points, I will notch them. Then after notching them, I will turn the fabric to the wrong side and stitch with half inch. So from this notch point to the other side is going to be serving as my armhole that I'm going to sew neatly. So after that, I will top stitch the seam and then turn it over to the right side to iron it and make it relaxed. Next, I'll pin the remaining open part of the neckline. And this is where we'll stop for this part. The next video will cover the fixing of the collar.